Human balance about. Human balance about. Je vois la vie c'est you. Me dis des mots d'amour, des mots de passion. It's a
Bring my hair up and get down to business.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
First off, I added some oil in the pan and then I added some garlic to it and then I let that infuse with the oil. Keep in mind to keep a pretty low flame because you don't want any burnt garlic or oil in your food. And then I went ahead and added some mushrooms and let that also saute for a while. And then I added some basic seasoning, chili flakes and mixed herbs. Very basic, very simple. And then as compensation to the traditional basil and parsley, which I didn't have any on hand, I added some coriander and let that also infuse with the oil. When it was all done, I added my pasta and gave it all a really good mix. The hours of binge watching MasterChef has taught me that presentation of food is really important. Hence, I try to present my food and make it look as good looking as possible. And voila, dinner is ready. This dish has such simple flavors and it's just super easy to make for those very busy evenings.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper.
So, today I'm making some salad because I was like, thoda healthy khana hai. And the only reason I'm making salad is because what I have here is, drum roll, right here. I don't usually buy avocados. I don't usually buy avocados because honestly I can't afford it on my own, but since I'm living with my parents right now, I ordered some and yeah, let's go. Salad. I'm gonna eat you today. Starting off with chopping 2 small potatoes. And then I season them with oil, chili flakes, salt and pepper and some mixed herbs. And then gave it all a really good mix. And then I pop them in my tandoor oven, which is pretty simple. It just takes about 10 minutes to cook it. And then I cut my broccoli into bite-sized pieces after steaming them in hot boiling water and use the same bowl for seasoning them because a lot was left, and I personally appreciate the actual flavor of the veggies and hence I use the bare minimum seasoning. And then for the base of the salad, I had iceberg and Romanian lettuce on hand and I cut them and then put them in a aesthetic looking bowl because aesthetic is everything for us Tarana. And then finally, the fruit of the hour, aka our baby Avo. Honestly, was so excited to use this fruit, as you must have seen previously. Haha, I can make myself a joke sometimes. That's just classic Astha. And then I mashed it up. I added some basic seasoning, basic being salt and pepper, that's it. The fruit tastes really good on its own. And then I put together my salad with my greens, my veggies, my avo and this little dressing. It's my go-to dressing. I make this all the time. It has yogurt, lime juice and some mixed herbs. Today we are making some falafels. I've never tried this at home. I made the falafel with boiled chickpeas, some onions and coriander, and for seasoning I just added a combo of cumin, chili and coriander powder, and then I fried them off. And for the base of my salad, I used some bell peppers and shredded beetroot, fried them off with a little bit of oil on high heat so that the moisture is drawn out of the beetroot. It almost makes it like tasteless, and then I season them with a good squeeze of lemon, salt and pepper. I also prepared some salsa for some additional flavor. It just had onions and tomatoes, some mint leaves and salt and pepper. And finally the presentation, it's really important. My bed of beetroots and bell peppers, some lettuce, my falafel and the salsa on top. That's what I had for dinner that day.
I don't think they know, should I really care? I know my light is there, I know what they'll say. They'll try to take away, but this is a price you cannot pay. Now I'm feeling good, now it's looking great. I cut me a slice, you cannot.
Today's dinner was inspired by the necessity of using items from the fridge that were on the verge of getting spoiled. So I had some mushrooms lying around that needed to be cooked really quickly, and I had to finish the cream and the milk. So I decided to make this thick mushroom sauce to go with my rice. Starting off with adding some butter in the pan and then added my mushrooms.
I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why?
To make sure that the mushrooms were cooked properly, I added some more water so that they are all done nicely. And after my mushrooms were done, I added the bell peppers and then some all-purpose flour. And then to complete the sauce, I added milk and some cream and let that boil really well. Seasoning was just chili flakes and mixed herbs. And when the sauce was done, I added my rice. Sadly, my rice turned out to be a little bit wet. Gave it a really good mix. And then to celebrate the nailing of that mushroom sauce, I did a little dance. Haha. And then I decided to put it in the oven and bake it for a little while to give that nice crust, and then to finish it off, I added some coriander and caramelized mushrooms. Dinner is honestly my favorite meal after breakfast, but since I don't really eat breakfast these days because of my disrupted sleep schedule and the lack of hunger in the morning, dinners are the time when I get to get creative, especially on those days when there is lauki ki sabzi, bhindi ki sabzi or kareli ki sabzi in the making. It is a good fun opportunity to cook some good meal for yourself. Very hot. It has a very nice texture. Baking it was a good idea. All these things are coming from MasterChef, guys. The sauce and the butter and the mushrooms